Is perfectionism making it harder for you to achieve cell saturation? And are you creating a calcium dominant body? Because perfectionism is the thief of a low magnesium burn rate. And remember, our goal, you and I, is a magnesium rich environment in our bodies at the cellular level and a low magnesium burn rate, because that means we're not soaking every day. We're soaking as needed and living a big life because we feel so good. That's the goal. At least it's my goal. Tell me what you think. Is that your goal? Is that something that appeals to you? Activating your vitamin D levels to open the first gateway of health. But how does perfectionism play a role in that? Let's talk about that a little bit. It's easy to see when people have rage, right? There's usually physical outward manifestations of the rage. Their jaw, people who clench their jaw usually is connected to rage. You can see their hands tighten up. Maybe they're yelling, their face changes. It's rage. We see it, it goes out. Perfectionism is rooted in shame. Shame is quiet, shame is internal, shame is not seen like rage is, but they're very similar. The component of shame is like rage, but rage goes outward. It gets let go of. Now, maybe you recycle it and continue to go through it. It does go outwards. Shame stays internal. And usually the people around you, oh, hold on, we got a puppy that's trying to take a nap. Usually the people around you won't even experience or know, even if they know you very well, that you're in a shame spiral. And that shame drives perfectionism. And that perfectionism is walking you away from having a low magnesium burn rate and high magnesium rich environment at the cellular level to activate vitamin D. A lot of times making that connection. And let me introduce myself. My name's Kristen. I'm the founder of Living the Good Life Naturally. I'm not a doctor. I'm not in charge of mental health. I am someone on the journey themselves. And we're just here, you and I, to have a discussion about ways that we can improve the levels of magnesium in our body. When we go down that perfectionist route, if we start asking more powerful questions, it can lead us on a different pathway. And one of those questions is, what am I experiencing shame over? For me, one of the most powerful tools that I had when those shame spirals came up that drove the perfectionism was to go outside, find a rock, and yell and scream with no one around, so I didn't have to worry about if anything I said hurt someone's feelings. Yell and scream while I threw rocks at a tree or a fence post or something that I could aim at. That I realize is a really small thing, but doing that regularly helped me so much. Do I still experience some shame spirals? Yes, I do, but nothing like what I used to. And that has made my magnesium burn rate stay lower. Oh, I forgot. I forget to put the comments up. Perfection is an awful feeling and hard to shake. Yeah, I need to put it up on the board. Sorry. I read them and I forget to put them up on the board, Pam. It is a journey. It is such a journey. And Pam, one of the things, and I don't do this all of the time, and I'm getting better at it, is watching the words, how I talk about it. And I've learned personally When I say something is hard, I'm creating more hardness around that thing. That's why I love the I am statements. Capable, creating, and choosing are my favorite words with I am statements, because if I said, I am letting go of shame, my brain's going to go, yeah, right, Kristen, you've been wired with that since you were 3 years old. It's not going to happen. And then that I am statement that is incredibly powerful, but not a good fit for me, is actually walking me backwards. So saying things like, I am choosing to see moments where I can let go of the shame with ease. I am creating space to find tools to help me release the shame simply. Actually help you create a different, easier reality. And for me, because my dad was a hard worker, very hard worker, and he valued hard work. He was a farmer, and, raised on a farm. That was not his profession as an adult, but he was raised on a farm. And I think farmers are some of the hardest working people that walk the earth. And I think for me, if everything's feeling hard, there's a couple questions I can ask myself. Am I operating from my most powerful self? Which for me is in a place of feminine energy, because that feminine energy, things flow. If things feel hard and like I'm chasing them, typically that's a male energy. And we have male and female energy. We have a little bit of testosterone. And so we can operate from either. For me, things flow more easily when I'm doing that from a place of feminine energy. And so the words that we use around how it's going to work for us is incredibly powerful. Oh, you're very kind. I, um, this morning, I actually went and did some thrifting at like 7 o'clock in the morning. And I had this idea for an outfit, and I found my tie, I found my white shirt. So it was fun. It was a fun morning. So thank you. Making sure that I just hit the button. Oh my gosh, I'm going to disappear for a minute, people. I forgot to lock that button, and then it knocks all my lights. Sorry about that. Okay, button locked. Recognizing those patterns can play such a role in helping us hold on to those magnesium levels. And as we as oh how I want to sometimes we can buy into that fact that, I'm the only one. I'm the only one. Everybody plays those patterns. There's 4 different patterns. The pattern of compare and contrast, the pattern of all or nothing, the pattern of playing the victim, and perfectionism. And they all kind of intermingle. But once you recognize, as humans, we all have a tendency to play into those patterns, and you're not the only one. And everybody else is either working it or unaware that they even have the pattern, and then it's driving them. For me, made a huge perspective shift in how hard it was to let go, because I thought, okay, this person that I thought was, just had it all together, they're she's struggling with the same thing. Like she's got the same thing going on. And realizing we're just all of us are just on this journey of learning and figuring it out. And sometimes we figure it out, and other times we have to try again. Your ability to sit with discomfort creates determines how it is that you create help. If you do not like being uncomfortable, that can walk you away from trying new things, from failing at things. And you have to fail at some things before you create optimal help. I have never seen anyone take a direct pathway to optimal health. It's more of this meandering and figuring things out. And you have to figure out what doesn't work to figure out what does work on your health journey. I do, when you open up that first magnesium red blood cell test, it is, it will, if you'll allow yourself just to feel all the feelings and write them down, it will show you the patterns that are blocking you from creating help. Sometimes it's, I never do it right. I didn't get to where I wanted to be. I'm not enough. I didn't do enough. I didn't do it perfectly. And so recognizing and just feeling all those feelings, they're okay to feel them. Are we learning from them? Are we looking at those and determining which ones we want to give weight to and which ones we will allow to run our life? Because when we're attached to every feeling, that means they're running us. And so recognizing, oh, okay, I just felt that, but I'm making this decision, even though I just felt that. And opening up that, he's not sure if he wants to sit up or lay down, opening up that first magnesium RBC, the the array of emotions that come up for people, especially if your numbers are not where you want them to be. But I did all this work. I never get what I want. Why doesn't it happen to me? My girlfriend hit cell saturation after her 30 days. There's just so many things. If you'll write those down, you'll be able to connect to the patterns that are there and blocking you from help. And once you're aware of the pattern, then when it comes up, you have the decision because you're the boss. You have the decision. Am I walking down that pathway? Will that serve me? Or am I walking down another pathway? Yeah. And Pam, I am someone who loves to be comfortable and who loves, like in the space of my home and even online, I want to make sure people are comfortable. And if anyone is listening to this who loves being comfortable, we have to step out of that comfort zone to create something different. And we have to be okay with failing, because failing is where we figure out, oh, I don't need that. I know I will never have to put energy toward that again because I don't need it. You and I will create every day. My goal is that I am creating a magnesium rich environment for my cells with a low magnesium burn rate. And healthy women create optimal health. Healthy women also recognize that imperfect action can create optimal health. And I'm living proof of that. Buying into that idea that we have to do it perfectly to deserve health is a broken belief. Imperfect action creates optimal health. I know because I'm here. And so I would love for you to join me along this journey of taking imperfect action to create optimal health. I will be gone Thursday and Friday, so there won't be any lives, but I will be back on Monday and we'll be talking all things magnesium. See you later.